Wow, from 21% to 100% by lunch.
Stick around and we'll get right to it.
Hey, welcome back guys, Jason, KM4ACK. Some of you may remember the recent video that I did where we were upgrading the battery in the Aries trailer. Well, right after that video came out, Zoupw saw that video and asked if they could sponsor the solar panel installation for the Aries trailer because they knew we were still looking for a solar panel. So what I've got today is a 300 watt solar panel, and this thing is pretty awesome. Now this is one of the newer style N-type panels, and it's got 16 bus bars in its configuration. It weighs in at roughly 22 pounds, and it's got an IP68 weather rating. Now the size of this panel is 30 inches roughly and 23 inches, and then I'm going to say that it is about 3 inches thick. So it doesn't pack down quite as small as some of the other panels that I've reviewed, but this thing is going to be absolutely perfect for the Aries trailer. It also includes the cable that you're going to need, and it's got quite a few different connectors on it. We've got the XT60 connector, we've got 2 different barrel connectors on it, and they include an adapter for various power stations that you might have, plus they've got our favorite Anderson power pole. One really nice touch that they've done is they've given us quick disconnect MC4 connector. So instead of requiring a tool that you would normally need to take these apart, you simply press on the tab and pull these right apart. It is super quick and easy to get those connected and disconnected. And one of the advantages of these MC4 connectors is that they are waterproof. Another nice feature of these panels is the built-in kickstands, which will keep the panels angled at roughly 30 degrees to the sun, obviously depending on the time of year. But the more important question is exactly how does this thing perform? And I've done some testing with this under full cloud conditions and full sun, so I could give you some really good numbers. Now, we all know that not every day is full sun, and today is a great day to test and see what these panels will do under completely overcast conditions. Right now, I'm looking at somewhere between 4.5 to 5 amps on a completely overcast day, and that's not too terribly bad at all. So I'm able to push somewhere between 4 and 5 amps per hour into this 100 amp hour battery using this MPPT solar charge controller. So let's leave it out here for about an hour and see how much we can push into this battery. All right, so it's been about 54 minutes since we checked it last. The sun has kind of been poking its head out and then retreating back behind the clouds. But let's take a look at this and see. Right now we're currently getting about 7.5 amps, maybe 8 from time to time, and then it'll drop back down as the sun dips behind the clouds. But I'm more interested in seeing that right there. We've gotten 5 amp hours in the last 55 minutes, and that's under mostly cloudy skies. Well, this worked out better than I had hoped. Now I'm able to get full sun on these panels about 2 hours roughly since I first put these out, and it was so overcast this morning. But with the full sun hitting the panels, I'm getting between 9 and 10 amps per hour going into this battery. So that's about what we can expect when we get full sun on the panels. So I tested this thing with both my Opus power station, which it did fantastic under full sun. That went from 20% to 100% by lunch. Now I did get the panel out there really early in the morning, like 6:15. It was open and collecting sunlight. Then that other test that I did was charging a 100 amp hour battery that's in one of my battery cases. Now the last thing I want to take a look at is how does this thing do when it's partially shaded? Because a lot of solar panels, if you get this much of one panel covered up, well, it loses about 90% of its output power. So I asked my wife to give me a hand, and we tested to see exactly what would happen when we covered part of one panel and then when we basically shaded an entire panel. Let's take a look at that. All right, this is the panel in full sun, putting out 270-ish watts, and full sun on the panels, no shade. All right, PJ, go ahead and just cover the corner of that with your hand. All right, we've just covered the corner of one panel with a hand. Let's see if that'll equalize. Looks like we're dropped all the way down to about 133. It's coming back up a little bit. There's 150, 140. All right, Paula, go ahead and stand so your shadow's over that whole panel. You'll stand just in front of that one. All right, there is one panel completely in the shade, and we'll just see what this comes out to, about 150 still. So, yeah, if you lose one panel, you're basically going to lose, looks like half of it. So there's a look at the Zoupw 300 watt solar panel. Now, if you don't need 300 watts, they do offer several other varieties on their website, and I'll leave links for you guys down in the description below. If you found today's information helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up before you head off. We will see you guys on the next one. Until then, 7-3.